ॐ सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
दया करो शिव गंगा
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
पाकरो शिव हे त्रिपुरारी
कृपा करो शिव
कृपा करो शिव हे त्रिपुरारी
करो शिव के त्रिपुरारी
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
नाम मधुर शुभ मंगलकारी
मंगलकारी
नाम मधुर शुभ मंगलकारी अलख निरंजन त्रिशूलधारी
निरंजन त्रिशूलधारी
अलख निरंजन त्रिशूलधारी नाम मधुर शुभ मंगलकारी अलख निरंजन त्रिशूलधारी
अलग निरंजन
दया करो कृपा करो
दया करो कृपा करो
रक्षा करो भोला भंडारी
रक्षा करो भोला भंडारी
दया करो कृपा करो रक्षा करो भोला भंडारी
दया करो कृपा करो रक्षा करो भंडारी
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
दया करो शिवदातारी
कृपा करो शिव हे त्रिपुरारी
कृपा करो शिव हे त्रिपुरारी
दया करो शिव गंगाधारी
दया करो आरी
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om 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 Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya.
Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Om Namah Shivaya.
Sadashivasamārambhāṃ Shankaracharyamध्यamāṃ Asmadācharyapāryantāṃ Vande Guru Paramparaṃ Shruti Smriti Purāṇā Ālayam Karuṇālayam Namāmi Bhagavata Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhagavatam Suprabhashya-kృతౌ Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta-jana-kalyāne Niratam Karuṇāmayam Namāmi Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागं सस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Chant first two verses. ॐ अथ अश्वलायनो भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम् उपसमेत्य उवाच अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्म विद्यां वरिष्ठां सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढां यया चिरात् सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान् तस्मै स होवाच पितामहश्च श्रद्धा भक्ति ज्ञानयोगादवै तस्मै स होवाच पितामहश्च श्रद्धा भक्ति ज्ञानयोगादवैः. So, the great Rishi Ashwalayana approached Lord Brahma. What did he ask? Hey Bhagavan, Adhihi, teach me. What Brahma Vidya? Is that Brahma Vidya? Parishtham, the best. Sada Sadhi Sevyamana. The wise ones always they take recourse to this knowledge. That means what? When once disregard this knowledge. Gudham, the great secret. Lot of qualification is necessary to gain this knowledge. It is Gudham, hence it is a secret knowledge. It protects itself. No other protection is necessary. If the mind is not pure, that person will not find any interest in this knowledge. Somewhere something from within will resist this knowledge. Resistance comes from the impurity of the mind. Mudha. So this knowledge protects itself. Only the fit ones would come. Yachirat sarva papam vyabodhya. So this knowledge is such that it purifies a person from all sins, sinful tendencies. Then parat param purusham yati vidwan. The knowledgeable person, great supreme self, which is higher than the highest, which is beyond all. So, O Lord Brahmaji, teach me to Nisahovacha pitamahascha Shraddha Bhakti Jnana Yogadavaihi. Avaihi, may you gain this. But there are three stages in gaining this knowledge. What is the first stage? Shraddha. Having firm faith that whatever is said is true. Because so many things will be said which will be going against your sensory experiences. That is where Shraddha is necessary. Whatever you are experiencing through your senses, no Shraddha is necessary. Because you know it, you see it, you hear it. But this is something where whatever is said will be directly opposite to your experience. My experience is sense pleasures gives me happiness. What will the scripture say? Sense pleasures are poisonous. My experience says I am in the world. Scriptures will say world is in you. The sense organs will say the world is real. The scriptures will say world is unreal. The sense organs will say God doesn't exist. The scriptures will say God alone exists. The sense organs will say one thing is for sure, I am not God. Scripture says Tattvamasi. Whatever I know through my sense organs, all that knowledge is going to be wiped out, contradicted by scripture. In spite of this, can you still say, fine, scriptures alone must be right, my Guru alone is right. This is the test. That is where Shraddha is essential. Even when my senses are pulling me in another direction, I contradict my senses, go against my senses, against my sensory experience. But this, you are swimming against the current. Going along with the current is very easy. Going against the current. First one is Shraddha. There itself, 99% of the people are gone. First is Shraddha. Then what? The second one is Bhakti. Not only that you must have faith that it is true, you must also have the inspiration to seek that goal. Inspiration must be. Just listening and leaving will not. There should be a desire that I must be. Love for the goal. That is Bhakti. Wherever there is love, effort will be. That is Dhyana. That means, what is that effort here? Effort is not some physical effort. Effort is the effort at the mind level. Meditation is the effort. Looking within is the effort. This effort has to be followed by the fact that effort comes when there is love. Love for the goal expresses as effort in attaining the goal. So these are the three things. Faith, inspiration, effort. Then definitely now the teacher or Master is giving the teaching. If you have these three, then only proceed forward. Now the teaching comes. Like a perfect teacher, what should a perfect teacher do? Or what should a perfect doctor do? A patient comes. What should a perfect doctor do? First step is not eat this medicine, eat that medicine. No. Find out what the problem is, where the problem is, and then fix it. Therefore, Ashwalana has come completely disturbed, agitated. He must be a what do you call encyclopedia of knowledge. A great Rishi, not some ordinary person. In spite of having all this knowledge, why is it that I am not happy? That's the meaning when he comes. You don't approach a person just like that for time pass. चाय पे चर्चा करें. Especially Indian. Only when we have serious issues, we go to a doctor. In India, it is definitely like that. Something has to really fail. All the local oils and all should fail. Ashwalana has gone to Brahma, means something seriously something has happened. So now, where the problem lies, that is the first step. So comes now famous verse. Right, verse number 3, page number 21. Repeat once. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः
अमृतत्वमानशुः
परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायाम्
परेण गुहाय
विभ्राजते यतयो विशन्ति
विभ्राजते यद्युजयो विशन्ति
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैते अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायाम् विभ्राजते यतयो विशन्ति. Now, where do we go wrong? Because of which we suffer in this world. How to gain peace of mind? The first question is, how are you losing your peace of mind? See, something has happened. Yesterday also it happened, somewhere in between. Anyway, the audio is clear?
Yes.
It is more clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So, where are we going wrong? So, here the mistakes that we commit are pointed out. Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, amrutatvam anasuhu. You will never gain immortality, amrutatvam, that state of perfection, that state of peace, that state of contentment, which we are all seeking in life. Whatever name you may call, happiness, peace, contentment, joy, immortality, that state of perfection. All of us are seeking it. So here the instruction given is, don't seek in these three. Karma, praja, dharma. Now here, you have to start from the fundamentals of Vedanta. So when we analyze life, when we live in this world, every one of us, we have to live in this world. The first thing in this world we do is we define ourselves. Because what is living in this world? Living in this world means my interaction with the world of things, beings, and situations. Experiences of life. That is living. Life is nothing but a series of experiences. And in all these experiences, what is the common factor? I. First I, then the world. And constant interaction with the world is what is called as life. So first I have to define who am I. So now, in this world, when we live in this world, how do we define ourselves? So we find, at least in others we find, that when a person's body is born, that person is available for interaction. And once the person's body is gone, that person is no more available for interaction. Yes or no? So therefore, what is the conclusion? That person should be that body only. Whenever the body is, that person is. When that body is not, that person is not. Therefore, what is the conclusion? That person is that body only. Therefore, what is my conclusion? I am this body. Because when I was born, I don't know. When I die also, I don't know. But in others, I can very clearly see this. So therefore, very clearly, using the logic, it is called the logic of Anvaya Vyatireka. When one is, the other is. When the other one is not, the other is not. Therefore, the other depends on this first one for its existence. So we conclude this is. Moreover, to add to this proof, I find that inside this body, whatever happens, I am aware, I am sensitive. But outside the body, whatever happens, it doesn't actually affect me. So there is something called inside and there is something called outside. And what is the borderline? Our skin is the borderline. Body skin. So there is something in, there is something out. Whatever is in is me, whatever is out is not me. Therefore, again I conclude, this body is me only. Now, with this understanding, we are living our life. So, very clearly, I have this understanding, I am this body. Now, I don't have to do any self-inquiry because I have understood myself. Now, what is left is only the world. Okay. Now, when I live in this world, what do I find? I find that whenever this sense of I expands, there is a joy. Whenever there is an expansion of aham, there is a joy. I am praised, I find there is a joy. I am recognized, I am honored, there is a joy. Also, I find that the natural desire in me is to exist, is to be happy, and to know. Sat, Chit, Anand. That's a natural desire in me. Why it is there, I don't know, but this is a natural desire. I want to exist, I want to know, and I want to be happy. Now to exist. Now remember what is my understanding about myself? I am the body. Now, for the body to exist, what all things are necessary? Basic things are definitely necessary. Food, shelter, clothing, roti, kapda, makan is necessary. And nobody will give you freely. You have to work for it. That is how the whole world is functioning. So therefore, I do what is called as karma. With karma, what comes? Dhana comes. You see, karma means action. Dhana means wealth. So to exist in this world, I perform action. Remember, whatever I do is for Satchidananda. Right. So now I find that money gives me security because there are so many things which you can purchase. To exist at the body level in this world, there are so many needs, and all these needs can be fulfilled through wealth, and wealth comes with money. So therefore, in my life, wealth has a lot of importance. Also, there are so many other things which wealth can give me. What is that? If you have more wealth, there is a greater sense of security. If I have more wealth, then I can get better things of life, more comforts, more convenience. And here in this world, you will find same thing. There's a cheaper version and there is an advanced, better version. Good quality and cheap quality. But for good quality, you have to pay more. So if you want the best things of life, you have to pay more. So therefore, somewhere wealth is always connected with good things, happiness. When I have better things in life, I'm more happy. When I have quality things in life, I'm more happy. Also, in the society, you will find wealthy people are respected. Because somewhere people have made this equation that if a person is wealthy, he is talented, he is able, he is successful. So all virtues are associated with wealth. You see, it's called as Vaishya Tej. So Tej, there's a Tejas there. The rich people. There's a Kshatra Tej also. Kshatra Tej means what? A royal Tejas. His power, his courage. And there is a Brahma Tej also. What is Brahma Tej? Born out of steadiness of the mind, control of the senses, clarity in thinking, power of meditation, power of union with God. Those are Tejas. You can make out. Anyway, that's not the topic. Here we are talking of Wealth. So wealth gives me so many things. It gives me love, it gives me respect, it gives me security, it gives me the best things of this world. So therefore, natural tendency is to be money-minded. That's why dhanam is mentioned. Dhanam. In your own family, you will find that you are respected only if you are rich. यावत् वित्तोपार्जन शक्तः तावत् निज परिवारः रक्तः. पश्चात् later. Here, dhana, very important. And that is why people become workaholic also. In life, if there is one thing which can truly give happiness, it is wealth. And therefore, why not dedicate life for wealth alone? That is called as workaholism. Whatever I do, it is backed by my understanding about life. Understanding, from understanding comes action. So dhanam is. And also in the society, rich people are respected. So therefore, when somebody respects me, there is an expansion of joy. When I have power, there is an expansion of joy. When I have influence, there is an expansion of joy. Whenever the ego expands, there is an expansion of joy. When I have praised, recognized, awarded, rewarded, there is a joy. So therefore, I tend to do all that which gives me joy. I tend to do all that which expands my ego. Egoistic joys, to get it, I do everything. So all karmas are done to expand the ego, to expand the ahankara. Now, how do you expand ahankara? By expanding mamakara. I and mine. The mama is a part, is an extension of aham. Aham, mama always go together. It's an extension. I and my house. So my house is an extension of me. Bigger the house, greater the joy. Bigger the car, greater the joy. So mama is always associated with aham. So aham and mama put together, when it expands, there is a joy. So therefore, I conclude that purpose of life is only to expand aham and mama. Now another term is also mentioned here, praja, projanina. In what way praja helps me expand aham and mama? My children, so they are also actually my identity. My children. The more the children, more stable I am, secure I am, because tomorrow if something happens to me, they are all there for me. I can take help from them. Especially during old age, you see. Old age is a time when you will have to take help from others. At the body level itself, you have to be dependent. So now, when you have to be dependent, asking a stranger for help is always painful. Because you feel indebted to that person. Very difficult. But children, when you ask help, you don't feel indebted. Why? I took care of you when you needed. So therefore, it goes without saying that. That is why in those days, 10, 15 children, very common. Not family. But even if you die, no problem. At least some will survive. In those days, death also was very common. So tomorrow, in my old age, I have at least some few hands to support. And I don't feel bad asking help from my children. It is their duty. Matrudevo bhava, pitrudevo bhava. Times have changed, that's a different matter. So this is the reason why praja was also important. So karmana Prajaya Dhanena. So here, what we find is these three are great support for ahankara, ego. It gives joy. It gives an expansion for this ego, and therefore there is joy. This is the way majority of us live. Now here, the Upanishad is saying this is wrong. Trying to be happy by expansion of ego, you are taking the wrong path. And what is the way? Na karmanana prajadanena tyagena eke. Tyagam of what? Of this ahankara. Tyagam of wrong notion about yourself. Give up this wrong notion about yourself that you are the body. Tyagam. Tyagam means abandonment, sacrifice, renunciation. What the Upanishad is saying is, you think that you are the body, and now you don't do any self-inquiry. And remaining as a body, you are trying to expand your joy, etc. This is not going to work. Try to understand who you are. Remaining as a finite entity, you can never get infinite. Remaining identified with the body, you can never become infinite because body is finite. You can't get both. If you want to get the infinite, you have to drop the finite. This is called Tyaga. What is the mistake we have done? We are holding on to the finite, thinking that this is, we are this, and we don't want to leave this because we think if I leave this, whatever little I get, that also I will lose. The truth is, if you leave this, you are going to get infinite. But I don't want to. Who knows? That's why Shraddha comes first. You see? The fear is, suppose I leave it, neither this nor that. Unless you leave it, you will not get it. You can't say, I'll get it first and then I will leave it. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. You have to take a leap of faith. You see, but we are scared. I've heard a very nice story. I'm sure you must have heard this. This person is climbing mountain in the night. Very cold. Then suddenly he slips and he's falling at the top of the mountain. And he doesn't know where he is. Everything is dark. Suddenly he catches hold of some branch of a tree. Now he's hanging. But how long can he hold on? And he shouts, "Oh God, help!" He's not a believer, but at that moment, everybody takes a name. There are times when even atheists become. They try out, let me see if at all God is there, maybe we'll help. He shouted, "God help!" Then he heard a voice, "Drop it!" Drop it. Now he is thinking, what to drop? I'm alive because I'm holding on to it. If I drop it, I'm finished. I can't trust this voice. 2-3 times that voice very clearly said, "Drop it." He didn't listen. Finally, next day, this person was found hanging on a tree, frozen, dead, just 1 foot above the ground. You see? In the same way, God is asking us, "Drop it." And if I drop this little ego, that little joy which I am getting, that also I will not get. Hey, Baba, you are miserable, you are not happy there. It's misery. Will not leave. Why? Shraddha is not there. And then you go on. This is our again, AK. There is, you have to do it and there is no other way. Mrutattvamanasam. This is the only way. Give up this wrong notion that you are the body and then identify yourself with that consciousness. If you identify with the body, then you will do all this. Karma will become important, praja will become important, dhana will become important. Life will go only in these three. Entire life dedicated for these three. Putreshana, Vitteshana, Lokeshana. Bas. That starting point itself is wrong. Everything is starting from that self-ignorance. This is the mistake we have done. We don't know who we are. From this ignorance, we have started our journey. The whole journey is going the wrong direction. You see how Brahmaji first points out the mistake. Again, eke amritattvamanasuhu. But where is that reality? Where should I don't see any reality. Look within. Paredanakam nihitam guhayam. Guhayam nihitam. It's right there in your heart. In Hridaya Guha. Nihitam. It is there. It is ever there. You don't have to create it. It is there. Nihitam Guhayam. And what is the state there? Paredanakam. Nakam means Swargam. Heaven. Nakam. Kam means happiness. Akam means no happiness. Na akam means no happiness. Means there is only joy. That is called as nakam. Swargam. Swargaloka is called nakam. Parena nakam. The joy in that heart is parena even higher. That heavenly joys, they are nothing compared to this. And where is it? Uhaya. Right there in your own heart. Vibrajate, it shines. That truth is very clear. It shines. You don't need any instrument to experience it. It is self-luminous. Vibrajate. And the wise people, yatayaha vishanti, they enter into this cave of the heart and experience it. Yatayaha, the renunciates. Yati. Those who have done this tyagam is called sannyasi. So, those who renounce, infinite joys for them. Those who hold, they remain miserable. This is the law of this world. Very strange law. According to the superficial thinkers, what do they think? Those who renounce, they are poor, they are miserable. Those who hold, they are happy. It is not true. You see, superficially, when you look at this world, very different things are seen. But when you go deep, truth is completely different. Completely different. All these, immature people, they say, oh, he's so happy because he's so rich. You ask that person, hey, are you really happy? It's so miserable. Yatayaha vishanti. Ayam vishanti. Wise people. What do they give up? They give up everything of the outer world. They enter into the inner world. The real joy is in the inner world. The outer world is nothing compared to the joy of the inner world. What outer world? Even heaven is nothing. That's what he's saying. We are searching for bliss outside where there is no While it is available for everyone, but our attention. These people. Now see, the term used is guha. You see, guha means what? Cave. Very interestingly, from outside, if you look into guha, what will you see? Darkness. You will not see anything. You cannot say from outside I will see, and if I find it, then I will go inside. No. If you see, you have to go into that guha, remain for some time till the eyes get adjusted to the darkness. Then you slowly start seeing what is inside guha. You see, that's why these terms are used. They're all mystical terms. Hridaya guha. So many times this term is used in Kathopanishad. Inside that cave you go. After some time, for some time, you will not see anything because the eyes are adjusted to the outer light, not to the inner darkness. And slowly, the eyes get adjusted, and then you are clearly seeing what is inside. In the same way, mind also is like a guha. Going inside, you know what is there inside? One pumping heart is there. That's all, no? Inside, you come to know. When you go inside, you come to know what is mind, what are thoughts, what are the different types, what are the different modes of thought, how your happiness is directly connected to thoughts, the intensity of thought. The joy is directly connected to the thoughts. So if you can control the thought, you can control the joy. You see, these are all things which you will know only when you spend time inside. This itself is a great ability to go inside. That's why the term Vishanti is used. To enter. These are all mystical terms. It is not that there is a door and you just enter. It is not that. Looking within is called entering. Now our attention is all outward. We are worldly smart. Why are we smart in the world? Because our entire attention is in the world. We know where to invest. Stock market is that. Expert guidance. But then there is some other place which is very, very important. We have completely ignored that region. Wise people, to enter inside, you have to drop the outside. Our problem is we don't want to drop the outside. We want inside and outside. See? So remaining outside, we want to enter inside and gain the blessings of the inside. That doesn't come. Learn to enter inside. What is inside? Infinite bliss. Amritattvam is inside. Tyagena eke amritattvam. So inside there is immortality. Infinite bliss. Whatever you are seeking, it is there inside. Wise people do. How do they go inside? See the next verse. Verse number 4, page number 26. वेदांत विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्थाः संन्यासयोगाद् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः संन्यासयोगाद् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे. What do these wise people do and how do they enter into this cave of heart? Because all these languages are so mystic. What do? Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchita Artha. They are Sunishchita, very, very clear, convinced of what? Artha. Artha means goal. Artha has two meanings. One is meaning. Artha means meaning also, Artha means goal also. Both the meanings are applicable. Sunishchita Artha, they are very clear about the goal. Goal pointed out by what? Vedanta Vijnana, the knowledge of the Vedanta. So they have studied Vedanta, they have studied the Upanishads, they have understood the goal pointed out by the Upanishad, and the goal is very, very clear. Sunishchitam there, and then with this clear understanding of the scriptures, they have taken up their journey. And what is their journey? There are two things which they have done. Sannyasa yogat yataya. Now these people are called Shuddha Sattvaha. Only these people can take up this journey. Shuddha Sattvaha means what? People with pure mind. Shuddha Sattva. Sattvam here means mind. Shuddha Sattva means pure mind. So these pure-hearted people, only they are qualified to take up this journey. This journey of going within cannot be taken by some Tom, Dick and Harry. Not possible. Purity of mind is absolutely essential. To take the outward journey, anyone can take. But this inward journey is possible only with purity of mind. There is a price to be paid. What is the price? Currency, punya currency. To the extent you have punya currency, to that extent you can go inside. That's why purity is so much emphasized before meditation. Karma yoga comes first, then only comes dhyana yoga, even in Bhagavad Gita. How important is purity? Purity is not there even to sit and listen to satsang also is impossible. Greater the purity, greater the level. If you have little purity, you will be able to withstand satsang. That is the entrance. If you have little more purity, you will understand what is happening in satsang. If you have even more purity, you are not only able to understand, you are able to practice also. Even more purity, not only that you are able to practice, you are able to abide in that state. You see, different levels of purity, you are able to do different miracles in yourself. But these are the greatest attainments in life. How much inside can you go? How much closer can you be to the self? Because self means God, remember. Going out means going away from God. Going in means moving towards God. Moving towards God means what? Moving towards knowledge, moving towards strength, moving towards peace, moving towards immortality, everything, blessedness, Shivam, almost auspicious. Moving inwards means moving towards auspiciousness, moving towards fullness. But for this, what is the qualification? Purity. That's why the term Shuddha Sattva. Pure-hearted people. What is the sadhana they take up? First is Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha. They do Shravanam and Manana. First they gain Vedanta Vijnanam by through Shravanam, listening to the scriptures. Then they do Mananam, reflection. After reflection, what happens? Sunishchita Artham happens. You're convinced, yes, this must be the purpose of life. I must do everything to gain this. This alone is the real gain. Rest, everything is a waste. That is called a Sunishchitartha. Because whatever I gain in this world, today or tomorrow, I have to leave everything. So I must strive for something which will always remain with me. What is the use of wasting time gaining something which anyway I am going to lose? All the other things are important if those other things help me move towards this. Body is important because with body I am able to do sadhana. Wealth is important because so that my material needs are taken care. But what is the purpose of life? Purpose of life cannot be earning wealth or remaining healthy. Many people are, you know, they are so, what do you call that? Health freak. Whole purpose of life is to remain healthy. How can that be the purpose of life? So, when you study the scriptures, you come to know that there is a noble goal. And my life must be geared towards that noble goal. Sunishchita artha. This must happen after study of Vedanta. If I say that I have studied Vedanta, Swamiji, but no inspiration to do sadhana, then Sunishchita artham has not taken place. The more and more the goal is clear to you, the more and more you become restless to gain the goal. That is the proof that you have understood the goal. Understanding the goal is not just intellectual appreciation of the goal. The proof that you have understood the goal is after that you cannot remain quiet. Shraddha must lead to dhyana. Shraddha must lead to bhakti. In fact, there is a test also. How much have I understood the goal? If I say, I have understood the goal, but I don't feel like doing anything, then you have not understood. I have understood that house is burning, but I don't feel like coming out of the house. House is on fire and I'm comfortably seated there. There is some problem with your understanding there. If you truly understood that house is burning, what will you do? Jump out. Highest priority. So this is the way we have to test our mumukshutva. Did I truly understand? If I have understood, why is it that I am not doing anything? So Nishchita is very important. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha. Once you have understood, action has to follow. What are the action? Sannyasa Yoga Yataya. Sannyasa of the outer, effort towards the inner. Yataya means to strive. Yatna Shilavan. Yatna Shilavanta. Strivers. Two things will happen. Vedanta is nothing but these two things. Disidentify from what you are not, identify with what you are. Detach from the illusion, attach to the reality. This must happen. These are the two terms. Sannyasa Yoga, Bas. That is why that Tyagam is there. Tyagam, Sannyasam, they are all one and the same. Renounce. Renounce your identification with the body and cultivate your identification with your consciousness. This is Vedanta. So what is the property of identification theory? What is theory? Whatever you are identified with, you start experiencing the property of that thing. This is the law. If you are identified with the body, whatever happens to the body, you start feeling as though it is happening to you. What is growing old? I feel I am growing old. This is called identification. Tadatmyam, tat atma, that is me. That feeling is called identification. Body is actually something which I am observing. I am the observer. Body is just observed. But the moment identification happens, whatever happens there, I feel it is happening here. So sannyasa yoga means what? Disidentify with everything that which you are not. Because whatever is drishyam is nashyam. The seen is perishable. So when you are identified with a perishable thing, you will become miserable. Your support system is all perishable. karma, dhana, praja, everything is perishable. And it is all supported by the ego, the body, that is also perishable. Now you are holding on to a perishable thing. What will be the end result? Give it up. Before that leaves you, you leave it. But then you have to hold on to something also. Just leaving itself is not Vedanta. That's a very pessimistic theory. Leave the lower, hold on to the higher. And where is that higher? Nihitam Guhayam, right there in your heart. As what? Consciousness, Viprajita is shining. It's shining as I am, I am, I am. It is shining as awareness. Hold on to that. Hold on to that means what? Pay attention to it. That is holding. The mistake we do is, in the light of consciousness, whatever is seen, I am holding on to those seen things. Now, the advice given is, don't get attached to the things seen in consciousness, attached to consciousness itself. That will not be a problem. It is because it is Amritattva. It will never perish. So this is the way. Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha, through Shravanam, listen to the scriptures, contemplate upon the scriptures, understand what is that Artha, understand the meaning of Vedantic knowledge, get clear understanding, and then start living. What is living? Remember, the whole sadhana is just paying attention. That is Dhyana Yoga. Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana. What is Dhyana there? Just paying attention. Now, paying attention is something which is absolutely subjective. You are looking at me, I am looking at you. But where my attention is, you don't know. Where your attention is, I don't know. Only you know. And only I know. I know my attention, you know your attention. It is very, very, very subjective. Two people are living in the world. One is attached to the world, the other is detached from the world. Both are in the world only. You see. Sannyasa yoga, yataya shuddha sattvaha. In this way, when you live, what happens? You get everything ultimate. Te brahmalokeshu paranta kale paramrutat parimucyanti sarve. They survey. What happens to them? They attain the highest world. What is that world? World of Brahman. Brahmalokeshu. It is beyond the 14 worlds also. Here, Brahmaloka doesn't mean that highest loka. The world of Brahman means what? Brahman itself is a world. Meditate on consciousness. You come to know that you are consciousness and all the world is an illusion. That is Brahmaloka. So, the world, you attain the highest. And Parantakale, you attain the, what do you call it? Ultimate death. Antakala means death. What is ultimate death? That death where again you will not come back to die. According to Upanishad, Mrityosa Mrityum Gachanti. Jaya Naneva Vashyati. Person who ignores this knowledge, he goes from death to death. They did not even mention birth. We are born only to die. You see? What a tragedy. We are born for what? To die. Now, if you gain this knowledge, once again you will die. That's all. That physical body will die. After that, there is no death. That's called Parantakana. Ultimate death. So, such a person attains ultimate world, ultimate death. Now, see the third term. Paramrutat. Ultimate immortality. Everything best comes to that person. Ultimate immortality means what? There is a temporary immortality also. See, in the scriptures, going to heaven is called attaining immortality. Amara, all these gods are called Amara. Why? Because there is a temporary, what you call immortality. In the sense what? Here we live at the most 100 years, there you live for thousands of years. So compared to this state, that is, we can say, an immortal state. But remember, a time comes when they also have to Kshine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. Yes. Once Punyas are over, we have to leave that heaven also. So that is why that is a temporary state of immortality. Whereas here, Paramrita, it is permanent immortality. There is no question of being banished from the world of Brahman, because it is a state of consciousness. And then Parimuchyanti, it is absolute liberation also. You see, everything is superlative degree. Best world, ultimate death, ultimate immortality, and ultimate liberation. Parimuchyanti, not just Muchyanti. Death is a temporary liberation from this world. But again, we have to come back. But here, once you are liberated, it's over. It's a glory of Vedanta Vijnana. Glory of Vedanta Vijnana. Now it is clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Lord, I understand now. I understand that I have to enter into the cave of my heart. I understand that my real treasure is not outside, my real treasure is inside. Oh Lord, will you please guide me how to go inside, how to enter inside? Because physically, I don't think I can do that. How to enter inside? So, the next verse is a verse on meditation. Verse number 5, page number 31. विविक्तदेशे च सुखासनस्थः शुचिः समग्रीव शिरः शरीरः अत्याश्रमस्थः सकलेन्द्रियाणि निरुध्य भक्त्या स्वगुरुं प्रणम्य हृत्पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धम् विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम् विविक्तदेशे च सुखासनस्थः शुचिः समग्रीव शिरः शरीरः अत्याश्रमस्थः सकलेन्द्रियाणि निरुध्य भक्त्या स्वगुरुं प्रणम्य हृत्पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धं विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्. Step by step guidance. So here we assume that this person is Vishuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva. Okay, he has a pure mind. This is understood. Only then all these steps can be done. Otherwise, what is the guidance? If the mind is not pure, go Karma Yoga. But assuming that this person has a pure mind and Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchatartha. Now the guidance is given. So this is a verse on meditation. Okay. What should be done? Vivikta deshe. Choose a place which is viviktam. Viviktam means what? Solitude, in a lonely place. Let there be no distraction from the outer world. Choose such a place. Ekanta deshe. That's the first. That's the most conducive environment for meditation. That is Desha. About Kala, it is not mentioned, which is the best Kala for meditation. Time, yeah, early morning after sleep. Body has rested, mind has rested, you are fresh. Mara is always morning. But if you are morning, you are busy, fine. You have to find out when you are fresh. Otherwise, you will sleep in this visitor meditation. When you are fresh. So, Viviktadesha. Then, now you have to sit. What is the best posture? Sukhasana. Sukhasana, there is a particular asana called Sukhasana. Here, what is meant is, may you be comfortable. Whenever you are sitting, may you comfortably sit. There should be Sukha. Body should not make its presence felt. That is why in that Ashtanga Yoga, all these are first taken care. Asana, pranayama, pratyahara. Why asana, all that? So that body will not give trouble at the seat of meditation. So that I can comfortably sit. Sukhasanasta. Okay, then Shuchihi. So let the place be clean and let the body also be clean. Take bath. After bath, you are refreshed. There's a sense of physical purity. Of course, mental purity is always important. Then how should you sit? Not Samagriva Shirasharira. Sama means straight line. Griva, all these instructions you'll find in Bhagavad Gita also, chapter 6. Griva means neck. Shiraha means head. Sharira means backbone in this context. The backbone, neck, head should be in the straight line. Straight line is what? Shavasana. Shavasana also everything is straight line. No. Perpendicular to the ground. You see. We twist the instruction according to our convenience. So you are perpendicular to the ground. So this is the instruction at the physical level. Physical body. Once this much is done, the role of body is over. Many times people are more concerned only about this. Other thing they are not worried. Which asana should I sit? Swamiji, should I sit on what is it? Darbha, after that deer skin. Deer skin is not available. That is why my meditation is not. It is a you have done research also. Gurudev has said you just hold your blanket, put one cloth and sit down. That's it. People are very much into all this deer skin and darbha and rudraksha. Up to this, they are very, which asana, Padmasana or Sukhasana. What dress to wear? Om dress. Om t-shirt. These are all absolutely insignificant. Absolutely insignificant. I'm told that there are people who book their place, where their body should lie down after death. A very beautiful place. Ocean is there. Beautiful place where you can see that setting sun. You are not there to see that sun. And they pay big money where their body should be buried. In the same way, once you have transcended the body, how does it matter what you are wearing and all? So this is up to body. Shuchihi samagriva shirasharira. What should be the state of mind? Atyashramastha, firmly rooted in Atyashrama. Which is this ashrama? I have heard 4 ashramas. This is the 5th one. No. Sannyasa ashrama is called Atyashrama, meaning at the seat of meditation, be dead to the world. Don't think anything of the world. Be like a sannyasi. You have nobody. The time is meant for God. It's my personal time with my God. Let not anything else of the world intrude. into that time. That is called as Atyasrama. Mind is available only for God and nobody else. Unwavering attention, unwavering devotion. Atyasrama. That should be that state of mind in which you are. So this 1 hour, I am not. Don't keep your mobile next. Some notification. What is that notification? Then you are Sarvasrama, not Atyasrama. Whatever comes, Bhagavan will take. Bhagavan, you take care of all my responsibility. In this 1 hour, whatever happens, you have to take it. Just give responsibility to Bhagavan. That's the best way. You will find that he takes care. Nothing will happen in that 1 hour. You will just observe. Test him. Atyasrama. And then Sakalendriyani Nirudhya. After sitting there, withdraw all your sense organs. How do you withdraw your sense organs? Mainly two, ears and eyes. When you close your eyes, that indriya is withdrawn. Ears, you can't do anything. So that is why Vivikta Desha is said. Go somewhere in a lonely place. Don't sit near kitchen and all that, where something is frying. Go away from all possible distractions. Sakalendriyan Nirudhya. So actually speaking, withdrawal of the sense organs is truly in withdrawal of the mind. Pratyahara. If the mind is withdrawn, it doesn't matter whether sense organs are exposed to the object or not. If the mind is not there, you will not be troubled by the sense objects. So Sakalendriyana Nirudhya means not only that Jnanendriya's mind also is involved. Sakalam, mind also is a kind of indriya. It is called the sixth sense. Manashashtani Indriyani. If the mind is withdrawn, everything is withdrawn. Okay. Now, the world is no more troubling you. The mind is also not troubling you. Raga Dvesha. Now, positively fill that mind with bhakti. Bhaktya Swaguru Pranamya. Go down to your Guru with all devotion. These are the real. Heart has to cooperate with you. Indriyas we can withdraw. Now the mind is filled with worldly thoughts. Don't entertain worldly thoughts. Instead, start entertaining spiritual thoughts. But to do this to a great extent, mind should be free from impurities. What are the impurities? Mainly Raga Dvesha. You may call it Kama, Krodha, Loha, etc. But simple and sweet, Raga Dvesha. If there is intense attachment, mind will go there. If there is intense aversion or dislike, again mind will go there. They are all whirlpools. Something, some being, some situation, some. God. So a pure mind, it's not that the thought doesn't come, it comes, but a pure mind is able to say, no, not now. That is the power of a pure mind. The ability to reject worldly thoughts. They are all subtle powers of the mind. A thought comes and you are not carried away by the thought. Instead, you have observed that thought and now you are rejecting that thought consciously. You see the ability? That is Shuddha Sattva. What happens if the mind is not pure? You are not even aware that the thought has come. And you are not even aware that the thought has dragged you out. Only body is there seated. Mind has gone. You are not even aware. Especially when the mind is virajam, there's a term, virajam Visuddha. The mind is rajas. Only thought comes. And suddenly that mind says, hey, this thought is very important. More important than your meditation. At least for some moment you can think and then leave it. What then you think and you're gone. That impure mind says this is the most important thing. Some stupid worldly thing. It says this is very important. You have to think over it. You have to worry over it. And then you go on worrying. And from that thought, another thought comes. Another thought comes. Gone. This is what the impure mind does. This is called as, what is that obstacle called? Vikshepa. Vikshepa. That is obstacle. Unless mind is prepared, you will be stuck in all this. Not only that, you should be able to reject negative thoughts, worldly thoughts, impure thoughts. You must also be able to consciously entertain noble divine thoughts. That is why it is said here, Bhaktya Swagurum Pranamya. Fill your heart with devotion for Guru. If it is not Guru, doesn't matter. It can be Ishta Devata also. In short, your heart should be filled with bhakti. Either for Ishta Devata or for Guru or whatever the altar which you are meditating. Heart should be filled with devotion. That noble emotion of love is called devotion. Devotion means love for something higher. That is called as devotion. Bhakti. Then what happens? See the term used. Hrit Pundarikam. Heart becomes like a full-blown lotus. These are all mystical terms. Don't take it literally. Only no lotus is seen. They're all mystical terms. Very clearly you find when that heart has all negative emotions, it's like, drooping, not blossom, just like a bud. But when that lotus blossoms, in the same way, when that heart is filled with devotion, you clearly know this heart is different. You know it. You enjoy that state. When you're miserable, also the same heart. When you're full of devotion, same heart. But there is a difference, no? Such mystical term is called Hrit Pundari. That time you can clearly see the state of that mind. How is it? Virajam Visuddham. Visuddham, pure, Virajam, free from rajas, free from impurity and filled with purity. Both. Just freedom from impurity alone will not do. Not only that you are not thinking negative thoughts, you are also thinking positive, good, divine thoughts. That's why two terms, Virajam, Vishuddha. Thus, once you have prepared your mind, you are fit for meditation. Remember, meditation has not yet begun. Vichintya. Madhye. In that such a prepared heart, now start Chintana. Of what? Vishadam, Vishokam, that consciousness is free from all shoka, which is bliss, Shokam, Vishadam, very clear. You will find that more and more heart has developed this devotion. The more and more consciousness becomes clear. Clarity of consciousness is directly connected to purity of mind. Consciousness is not something to be imagined, it is already there. What is blurring that vision? Impurity in the mind. Deliberately. So initial stages are not meditating about consciousness. You see how many stages you have to prepare. Many times I feel that it is like, like a flight taking off. Very many are very similar. Have you seen that flight? You must have. How many times? In that airport, that flight first separates itself. It first separates itself from that, what do you call the dome or whatever. The building. First, it is traveling. Go far away. That is Vivikthadesh. And then Sukhasanasta. Then it is seated there. Then Samagriva Shiraha. It aligns itself to that runway. Isn't it? Then Atyasamaha. The engine sound comes first. And then, and once it takes out, Sakalendriyani Niruddhya. The tires are withdrawn. Now the tire is no more needed. It is going to be an obstacle now. On the runway, tires are needed. Once taken off, no more tires. That is Niruddhya. And then what comes is bhakti. It is a bhakti which takes time. Higher, higher, higher. Then you are above the clouds. But you are in Brahmaloka. In Brahmaloka, all these petty things, potholes, what you call hums, all those things are not. Yes, free flow. You are going at 1,000, I think 1,000 miles per hour or something. And move. Medication is also. And the flight has taken off or not, we know. See. Our flight is only noise is there, and still we are on the runway only. That noise is the noise of snoring. See that when that flight goes very fast, you are not even aware that it is going. Tamas and Sattva, they appear same. Now enters the meditation upon that we'll see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om